Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Ashlyn and the theme of this week's video is going to be, drumroll please, my nighttime routine with a toddler. I filmed this video, a similar video, about a year ago. I think I named it like my nighttime routine with a 1-year-old. He was super close to being 1 then, and he was a little closer to being 1 then than he is to being 2 now, but I feel like the stretch from 6 months to a year and from 1.5 years to 2 is just so different. And I'll explain a little bit more because we've been having sleep struggles and a totally different night routine because of the sleep struggles. So I feel like we are due for an updated nighttime routine, not only for me, but also for my son. So a little bit of a backstory. I have had a really good sleeper for my son's whole life. Like, he has been such a good sleeper. The first 6 months were a little iffy, but as soon as we transitioned him to his own room, he did so well for a whole year. We kept the same nighttime routine. We did a bath, we did books, we did playtime, then we did bed. His room was completely dark and the sound was drowned out because we have a Hatch sound machine. That worked for a complete year. I was so lucky. And then one night, about 3 weeks ago, everything changed. And honestly, it's been a roller coaster of a ride. It's taken a toll on my nervous system, my emotions, and it's definitely changed my nighttime routine. So we are definitely due for an updated nighttime routine. So some of the struggles that we've been dealing with, it was like night and day. We had a really good bedtime the night before. We had a really good day, the day of the meltdown. And he sometimes would whine and take a little bit to go to sleep. I don't know if that's considered crying it out, but we kind of just let him get comfortable and he would fall asleep. So it was kind of a night like that where he was just upset. And we have cameras on our phone. His camera's right there, so I can see it from my phone. My phone was dead, but I just had a weird feeling. And so I told my husband, check on him. And he's like, no, he's fine. He's just getting himself to sleep. And I had a feeling. So I charged my phone. I looked and he was crying. And then all of a sudden he made himself throw up. At first I thought maybe he was sick. Maybe his belly just hurt. Maybe he drank too much, whatever. We get him up. We turn all the lights on. We change all of his sheets, we change his pajamas, he watches a little bit of a movie and he's fine, you guys. He's laughing, playing, not sick at all, he's fine. So we redo the whole entire bedtime routine, exactly how we did it before, except for the bath. He got a new bottle, he got new pajamas, he did a little playtime, he did his books, and we did everything normal. Not even 10 seconds after walking, I was almost to the stairs and I heard him gag himself and then start crying. So that's when I kind of knew that this was going to be a struggle and it wasn't necessarily he was sick, because he was completely fine until we put him back down to bed. That was a really long night. Not really, but it took me about 25 minutes to get him to sleep. I had to rock him a little bit after changing his sheets and his pajamas and everything all over again. That was just, puke is not something I enjoy. I don't think really anybody enjoys that, but it's kind of a trigger for me. And I'm just it's hard for me to deal with. I do good in the moment, but the thought of that becoming a behavior or something consistent that I'd have to deal with was really daunting to me. And I was honestly really worked up. So I ended up rocking him to sleep. He almost fell asleep and then I laid him in his bed and he kind of woke up and I had to lean over that crib, imagine my back pain, and rub his back until he fell asleep. And honestly, I was feeling really, really defeated. I did a lot of research and a lot of people were saying, maybe he just needs a little bit of extra love at bedtime. Maybe he needs a shorter nap. Maybe he needs this and that. So we came up with something that has been working. Not every night is perfect. Some nights take longer than others, but I'm just going to bring you guys along for the ride. I'll probably do a voiceover for the rest of the video. Did already have dinner. I feel like our bedtime routine and nighttime routine starts after dinner. So we're gonna go for a little walk. T is working his night job tonight, so it's just Cooper and I. So kind of just prefacing you guys, and we'll see how this night goes. I kind of just want to document this because not only is this a real part of my motherhood journey, but I also want to be able to resonate and relate with other mamas on here. If you have any experience with this, with what I've dealt with, please drop any experiences or any tips and tricks that helped you down below. I do want to also say that after that night, we kind of have found something that has worked for us, but there has been one other instance where he did make himself throw up. I've been trying to avoid it at all costs because people say you don't want it to happen over and over again, because then it, you know, becomes ingrained in their brain and it starts to happen, and they feel like it can kind of like trickle into other areas of them needing to communicate and using that as a way to communicate. So not making it a big deal and just trying to support him in all the ways he needs supported and make sure he's good before walking out of the room or before coming up to bed has really helped. So let's just get right into this. He's looking for me. I put on a little something for him to watch so I could film this, but here we go. Let's get into my nighttime routine with the toddler. Although we don't get to go on a walk every single evening, I notice that the night just goes smoother and the evening goes smoother whenever we have a chance to get outside and to take a nice little evening walk. I think the sunshine and the fresh air just gives us both a reset, so we have what we need for bedtime. And then after our evening walk, we always just start a movie. He's been really into Cars and Moana and Toy Story lately, so I'll pick one of those, plop him in the chair with something to drink, and just tell him to start winding down. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I try to head upstairs and prep everything first, tidy up his room, get the bath ready so that it's smooth and it's not such a big deal for him. I've noticed that making bedtime as little of a deal as possible really works for us, and it has simplified the drama that we have been experiencing. I swear by doing this quick tidy and just prepping his bedroom and the bathroom for bed and bath time, not only does it take the drama out, like I said, he knows what to expect, but I also think that when there's not toys all over his bedroom floor, he is less inclined to want to play and he goes down easier for bedtime. After I put his pajamas in the bathroom for after bath, I try to do some sort of chore. On Mondays it's laundry, so here I am just switching the laundry while he is occupied watching his movie before we get started with bath time. Next up in our nighttime routine is bath time for Mr. Cooper. Here I am just showing you our current non-toxic faves for bath time. These all work so well and make him feel really relaxed and super clean. I'll link them all down below. We also noticed that he wasn't enjoying bath time as much for a few weeks, so we decided to get him this dino bubble machine. We also got him that octopus that I showed with rings, and we always tried to do lots of bubbles and lots of toys. He has been enjoying bath time ever since we started switching it up. So if your toddler's struggling with anything, my biggest advice is just switch it up. One thing that I have also noticed that has really made a difference in our bedtime routine is really filling up his cup during dinner time, during our evening walk, and during bath time. I noticed that when we are really present with him in the last couple hours of his awake window for the day, that he is less likely to be wild and fight the wind down in bedtime. So really talking with him and having conversations during dinner, incorporating his brain and pointing things out during our walk, and then doing things like singing, reading books, playing Cars, and playing with the bubbles, just being silly and having fun during bath time has really helped. He's more likely to want to wind down and not seek our attention through being wild and playtime, and that's really helped set the tone for like a easy bedtime. Okay, let's get dressed for night. We'll go watch a movie. Yay! Are you ready to watch a movie? Yeah, you ready? After bedtime, it is right into our wind down time. I clean up the bathroom and we go straight downstairs to close up the house and make things dark and cozy. I turn off all of the overhead lights and use the lowest setting on our lamp. I close the curtains, light candles, and start the diffuser with some relaxing essential oils. I believe I was using Peace and Calming in Thieves, which is very calming and relaxing, and the Thieves boosts our immune systems, and it just smells like cinnamon and it's cozy. Once I get the house closed up, I resume his movie that he was watching before bath time. So typically we watch one movie in the evening a day, and I split it up into 2 parts. So he can watch like a third to a half of the movie before bath time, and then while I'm tidying up all of his toys and cleaning up the downstairs, he gets to watch the rest of it, or most of it. After I tidy up his toys, I do not let him play anymore, and he gets about 20 to 25 minutes before we head upstairs. I don't talk about bedtime, I don't say bedtime, night-night, none of that. We just get up and he knows the business. We shut off the TV and we head straight upstairs. He does like to have a little car to go to bed with, so that's what I was just grabbing right there. And then I simply lay him right into his bed. When I was prepping for bedtime, I turned on his lamp, closed his windows, and turned on his fan. So all I have to do is lay him down, give him some love, and then I turn on the sound machine, make sure he's okay. Again, giving that one-on-one attention, giving that support and comfort, because I think that that's what he was really needing and that's why he was struggling. And then once I take a moment to show him love, tell him he's okay, tell him I'll see him in the morning, we say a few things of gratitude, I will go shut off the lamp and walk directly out of the room. We keep it very quiet, very calm, and very low-key lax. If not, it becomes a big deal. On this night, he went to bed really well, actually. Here I am just showing you a little time lapse of him falling asleep. He does move around a lot and sometimes it takes him a minute, but he does a really good job. This is a total 180 of what we were dealing with, so you can see firsthand that what I'm doing works. And I'm not saying that what I did is going to work for everybody. Every kid is so different. So please just be patient with yourself, and again, if you take anything from the tips and tricks that I shared, it is just to switch it up and listen to your kiddo. You know best. After he's sleeping or almost asleep, I will start my nighttime routine. I take my showers at night because I don't like getting in bed dirty, and the first thing I do is start the shower and then dry brush my entire body. I'll put some things on the screen of all of the benefits of dry brushing, but it is just a small way that I can help my body detox and take care of myself. It's a little pampering, if you will. Also, a reminder that non-toxic clean products do not have to be expensive. These, I think, were all under $10, and they work amazing on my skin and on my body, and I know that I am not putting any toxins or anything in my body that I'm going to have to detox from, and it's such a good feeling. Breaking that generational trauma, asking questions, and doing better when we know better, right? After my nighttime routine, I will either go hang out with T, or if he's working like he was this night, I finish up a chore and do a little bit of work. I actually didn't film the last part of my nighttime routine, but it was just making a cup of tea, grabbing my favorite book and my gratitude journal, and getting into bed. I like to aim to be in bed in between 8:30 and 9:30 p.m. so that I can get up early and have my time for myself before the house wakes up. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next week. Bye!